Hello friends and welcome. Today we have a story from the red heart of Australia about Kara the kangaroo and her special bounce. This story has some twists and turns along the way, so snuggle in and let's hop into this adventure together. In the warm, red heart of Australia, where the land glowed under the sun and the gum trees stretched towards a blue sky, lived a young joey named Kara. Kara was smaller than the other joeys in her mob. When they bounced high across the open plains, their leaps soared like big arcs. Kara's jumps, by contrast, were short, uneven and clumsy. "Come on, little hop," the others would call as they leapt past. Kara would chuckle softly so they wouldn't see her sadness, but deep inside she wished more than anything to leap like the rest. One morning, the mob set out across the desert. Dust rose behind them as they hopped in graceful lines. Galahs flew overhead, flashing pink and grey, and emus ran through the scrubs. The other joeys bounced with smooth ease, their strong tails pushing them forward. Kara trailed behind, her small hops bumping awkwardly over the rocks. Kara lowered her head, her ears drooping, until she noticed something special. With her smaller, careful hops, she could slip into the spaces too tight for the others. She followed a narrow trail between the boulders, where yellow wattle blossoms swayed in the breeze and tiny desert peas glowed purple against the red earth. She even spotted a shy bilby darting into its burrow, and a skink glittering as it scurried across a stone. Kara smiled. She saw beauty the others had missed. By midday, the mob reached the edge of a wide creek bed. Once, long ago, water had flowed there in silver streams. Now it lay cracked and dry, the red earth splitting under the weight of the sun. The adult kangaroos frowned and sniffed the ground. The joeys, panting, sat down in the dust. Their tongues felt dry and their paws heavy. Kara looked at them, then looked at her mother. She remembered the narrow trail between the boulders she had taken earlier, where she had seen flowers blooming and even a glimmer of water. She tugged at her mother's paw. "Mum, I think there's a spring nearby," she whispered. Her mother tilted her head, then nodded. "Kara, show us." So Kara hopped ahead, her small, careful bounce leading the way. The mob followed her through the rocky track she had found. The rocks shaded the earth and the air grew cooler. At last they had found a spring bubbling gently between smooth stones, surrounded by fresh green ferns. The mob cheered, "Hooray!" They splashed, drank deeply, and rested in the shade. The joeys laughed as cool droplets splashed on their fur, and in the middle of all of it stood Kara, her heart swelling with pride. That evening, as the sky turned orange and purple, Kara sat down beside her mother. Stars began to flicker, one by one above them. "I thought being different made me less," Kara whispered. Her mother nuzzled her gently, her eyes warm. "Kara, your bounce is your own. It doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be you. Today, your little hop saved us all." Kara lifted her chest with joy. She no longer wished to leap like the others. From that day on, when the mob bounced across the plains, Kara hopped proudly in her own rhythm, smaller but filled with courage and joy. The end. And that was the story of Kara the kangaroo and her special bounce. Kara learned that being different isn't something to hide, it's something to celebrate. Remember, your uniqueness is what makes you special. Thank you so much for joining us today for this storytime journey. We'll see you again soon for another adventure. Bye bye.